There's this idea that you can't really love someone without first loving yourself.
Are we doing this now?
We are, yeah.
All right.
Initially, it kind of makes sense. Like, how can you accept the love you get from someone else if you don't deem yourself lovable? If you think that a shirt you're wearing is ugly, for example, and someone walks up to you and says that they think it's beautiful, you are probably going to be very distrustful of them. And rightly so, because they're either a liar or they don't have very good taste.
That makes sense.
But if you think about it for a second, you might ask the very legitimate question, wait a minute, how did I come to believe that my shirt is ugly? Or to go even deeper, how did I come to learn what ugly looks like? So to bring this back to the self, we might ask ourselves how we came to learn what love looks like. Do we believe that we are unlovable because we don't see what we think love is in our own lives? Or is love not in our own lives precisely because we are not lovable? It's the classic chicken or egg question. A chicken, you see, can only come from an egg. But something that's very close to a chicken, but not quite a chicken, can lay a chicken egg. So the egg, naturally, came first. So if you don't love yourself, it's probably because you haven't been loved right. Because the way we learn what love looks like is by seeing how we were loved by other people. Like most things in life, it's usually a childhood thing. There's a whole literature on attachment theory you can read up on after this. I'll leave some links in the description down below. But that's the reason why the stereotype about dating your own parents exists. We are all, for the most part, trying to recreate relationships that feel familiar to us. And the thing that's familiar for a lot of us is that foundational relationship with a parent or caregiver. I recently came across a TikTok of a guy flipping the comments saying hurt people into heals people, heal people. And I like that. I think Dan Savage's campsite rule should apply to more than just people with more experience. I think everyone should strive to leave the people they've dated in a better place than they found them.
You sure?
If you're in a relationship with somebody significantly younger or less experienced than you, the rule that applies at campsites shall be applicable to you. You must leave them in at least as good a state physically and emotionally as you found them in. That means no STDs, unwanted pregnancy, or overburdening them with your emotional baggage, and so on.
Loving yourself is rarely a journey with a destination, and we are all on different paths on that journey. And I think the least we can do when we date is to not set each other back in our respective journeys. That is to say, if you date someone who is a little unsure of themselves, leave them feeling a little more sure, a little uncomfortable about their body, leave them feeling a little more comfortable. They have difficulty accepting love. You get the point. Now, of course, it's not your responsibility to go out and fix people. This is not what I'm advocating for. What I'm saying, and what is absolutely your responsibility, is to not damage anyone any more than they already are.
But it sometimes happens that you think you've done your best, take a last look around and everything looks pristine, garbage cleaned up, fire doused, and drive home. And it's not until much later, when you hear about a wildfire in that area that charred thousands of square acres, that you start to wonder whether you're 100% certain you extinguished every ember.
Everyone we meet is a different person, and every relationship is unique in its own way. I kind of touched on that in my Gross video, which you can watch after this. But what this means is that with every new relationship, we have to learn how to love the person like we are learning a new language. And even if we speak the same language, metaphorically speaking, our dialects might be different.
I think it's beautiful, man.
And I guess perhaps this is where the notion of loving yourself first comes into play. Because if you love yourself, if you know how to love yourself, then you can more easily teach someone else how to love you. You can be open and vulnerable with them and explain things that they can do to make you feel more loved and appreciated.
You hush. I'll look good.
So perhaps, at the end of the day, this whole loving yourself before you can love someone else thing has some merit to it.
right, damn.
My point here isn't to say that you should just get into any relationship even when you are not in a good working order, like right after a breakup. I'm also saying that you don't need to love yourself. What I'm saying is, as long as you have certain levels of self-awareness, even if you don't love yourself, it's probably fine to love another.